Welcome once again to Lehto's Law. Here's Steve Lehto.
One of the scourges of modern society is those phone calls you get at your office saying, your warranty is about to expire in your car. We can sell you a warranty right now. And not only do they call you, but they send you junk mail too. I get junk mail all the time with warnings all over the letter saying, your warranty is expired. How would they know? And it's all a scam. It's all a scam. So Nathan sent me a note, said, Steve, out of the Washington Post, a story with some optimism behind it. Michelle Singletary wrote it. The FTC is going after companies behind those annoying auto warranty robocalls. And she says they're not just annoying, they're also costly. The FTC says that in one case, the consumers were bilked out of more than $6 million. So she says that she gets several robocalls a week from companies saying that her manufacturer's factory car warranty has expired and that she'll be in a heap of trouble if she doesn't get an extended plan right away. And I get them too. I usually hang up on them. Once in a while, I'll keep them on the line for a little while and just mess with them. But it's annoying because it's illegal that they're violating the do not call list, but also they're trying to sell you something that's worthless, and it generally is. So they also send scary letters with the words final notice and extremely urgent, warning that I need to extend my auto warranty or I'll be financially liable for all repairs. As if you didn't know that. So one day she decided to listen to the pitch, and the guy on the phone said that he would give her bumper-to-bumper coverage for $6,000. Bumper-to-bumper coverage. Now, she says, I'm driving a 2006 Honda Odyssey with about 200,000 miles on it. And the guy said, that's okay. You can pay in monthly installments if that'll help. So she said, well, for $6,000, I can just leave the money like the bank and pay for repairs myself. He says, no. How about this? We'll drop the price to $5,000. So he knocks $1,000 right off the price. She says, nah, it's still too expensive. He winds up dropping the price to $3,000. So you got to ask yourself, how valuable is this plan if they'll admit to you on the phone that they can cut it in half and still make money? But this type of telemarketing call is being repeated across the country right now. Just thousands and thousands and thousands of calls are being made right now by auto dialers pitching this garbage. In some cases, it's an out-and-out scam, and I'd say in most cases. Or people pay for a warranty that has so many exclusions, it's useless, according to the Federal Trade Commission. I have seen warranties that exclude almost everything. And I've also had people call me and say, I bought a used car, I bought this warranty from the used car dealer, and then a little while later, something went wrong. I took it back to the used car dealer. They said, well, your claim was denied. What do you mean my claim was denied? It's a warranty. They go, well, the problem is your car had a pre-existing condition. And the problem with pre-existing conditions is they're not covered by this warranty. And it's like, well, wait, what does the warranty cover? Something that magically went bad after the purchase, but was perfectly fine before the purchase? So this month, the Federal Trade Commission filed a complaint against a company in Florida called American Vehicle Protection Corp, or AVP, and other defendants, alleging that they've bilked customers out of more than $6 million over the past 4 years. The FTC accuses the company of deceptive marketing practices that included misrepresenting to consumers that it was calling on behalf of a dealer or car manufacturer and offering policies that didn't provide the extensive coverage promised during the calls. The FTC also said the company violated the law by calling consumers who were on the National Do Not Call Registry, which, by the way, no one honors. No one honors the Do Not Call Registry. And I've also had people tell me they didn't get junk phone calls. They put their name on the registry with a phone number and immediately started getting calls. Immediately. So there are people out there who go, oh, a list of perfectly good phone numbers. We'll use that. So once you look at the fine print, which of course people can't see when they're talking on the phone, it is far from a comprehensive warranty, says the director of the FTC's Bureau of Consumer Protection. It is far from bumper-to-bumper coverage. The protections are quite weak. The FTC's complaint says AVP's extended warranty prices range from $2,800 to $3,400. In a statement and its own lawsuit against the FTC, AVP argues not only that the FTC is wrong, but also the agency doesn't have the authority to pursue relief for consumers. AVP's lawsuit specifically points to a unanimous decision by the Supreme Court recently that ruled the FTC overstepped its bounds by forcing companies engaged in deceptive business practices to provide billions of dollars in monetary relief to consumers. While AVP disagrees that it was violating the law, It embarked upon an extensive and unprecedented revamping of its policies and practices to ensure compliance, it said in a statement emailed by the company's attorney to somebody. I don't know who they sent that to. It just says in a statement. Last year, the FTC received more than 427,000 complaints from consumers regarding telemarketing calls for warranty and protection plans, with the vast majority involving extended auto warranty pitches. 427,000 complaints to the Federal Trade Commission. Most people who get ripped off don't complain to anybody, or if they do, who do they complain to? So I hear about people who call the Attorney General's office in their own state, or the Federal Trade Commission, or an attorney's office, or whatever, but just 427,000 to the FTC. So Michelle Singletary writes, consumers are fed up with the unsolicited, annoying calls and often deceptive letters about extended car warranties. The FTC says we want to send a clear message that blasting consumers with robocalls, selling them bogus bumper-to-bumper warranties, is not going to be tolerated by the Federal Trade Commission. In testimony before a Senate subcommittee this month, the FTC said that during the course of the pandemic, there's been a disturbing surge in consumer complaints, with Americans being targeted by predators large and small. As consumers struggle to cope with COVID-related price increases, it's easy to see how many people look at these extended warranties to help with expensive car repairs. And without referring specifically to the AVP case, Levine from the FTC talked about the gap between what people think is covered and what is actually delivered. The FTC even has a web page devoted to the pitfalls of auto warranty policies. So you go to ftc.gov and search for extended warranties. You'll find it. Consumers should be aware that sometimes the warranty coverage duplicates protection they already have. Often the contracts have major exclusions for the most expensive repairs. Normal wear and tear, of course, probably not covered. The warranty may cover only a portion of repair replacement costs based on mileage, and many of them do also say they don't cover pre-existing conditions. Pre-existing conditions. So we see a number of pitfalls in the space where the claims that are being made over the phone are not backed up with the actual coverage consumers are getting. And that is the problem. And I've been sitting at a dealership before where I was sitting at the table, both buying a car for myself and sitting next to somebody who's buying a car. And we're going through all the paperwork, and 9 times out of 10, they don't know I'm an attorney. And they'll say, oh, by the way, you want to buy this, and they put that on the table. And it's the extended service contract. And the funny thing is that when they put it in front of you on the table, I can spin it around and read it and see what's there. When they're on the phone talking to you, you can't see the fine print. And so if they tell you it covers something and they mail you something that says it doesn't cover that, guess which one they hold up in court? They hold up a piece of paper and says, look, it says right here, we don't cover that. And you say, but the person told me. And in many cases, if not most cases, when you go into court and say, I spoke to somebody about something, and then I signed a contract as a result, the court's going to go, well, let's look at the contract, because that's the written thing. I mean, we can't go back and imagine what you talked about. Now, I suppose if you taped the phone call, you could say, well, I can play you the tape, assuming it's legal in your state to do that. But the question, of course, is you still got the contract. And a lot of times the contracts will even say, this is our full understanding. Now, obviously, if they mail you something that's pre-printed and you never saw it before, you can make the argument and say, well, no, they told me something, and that just simply didn't reflect what they told me. But again, you're going to get this argument over which is better, the spoken words or the written document. The FTC says we see a number of pitfalls in this space where the claims that are being made over the phone are not backed up with the actual coverage that consumers get. So Michelle Singletary's advice is hang up when you get that call, toss that intimidating letter in the recycling bin, and just save the money you would use to pay for one of these plans, which in the end may save you a lot of aggravation. And so take that $4,000 and put it aside as a rainy day fund. And if nothing ever goes wrong, you got money. If something does go wrong, you pay to fix it out of that. And you say, but what if my engine blows up? It's a good chance you're not going to cover it. And so it has a pre-existing condition, or it's one of our exclusions. I've actually seen the ones that exclude all kinds of stuff, and they'll say, this will not cover the failure of any lubricated parts or any parts are damaged by the failure of a lubricated part. And you're like, what? Quick. Is a camshaft a lubricated part? Okay. Is a timing chain? Okay. Timing belt? Alternator. I mean, I'm joking, but they actually have exceptions like that. And I've also seen the one where it goes, we'll pay to have this part replaced, except that we won't pay for pulleys, belts, hoses, clamps, screws, nuts, all this stuff. And again, they might pay for the main thing, but all the stuff that's so it's crazy. It's crazy. And unfortunately, a lot of people think when someone says on the phone, I'm going to sell you a bumper to bumper warranty, just like the one that your car company gave you and you bought that car brand new. And so people go, oh, okay, it's like this, but it's from somebody else and I pay them for it. And when you get the thing in the mail and you read it, it's not what you got from the manufacturer. So if you go back and read the manufacturer's bumper-to-bumper warranty, it's a bumper-to-bumper warranty. And you read what they sent you, and it's not. But it's just a guy trying to sell you something over the phone. And the fact that they can take it from $6,000 down to $3,000 lets you know that there's a huge amount of play in there. They don't plan on spending $6,000 to fix your car. Because if they did, they would lose money. So there's a huge margin built in there, and every claim they deny is more profit for them. That's probably the best way to look at it. So I would urge you to hang up on them when they call, throw the letters away, as would Michelle Singletary. That's great advice. And the do not call list, no one cares. And so the FTC is going after companies behind those annoying auto warranty robocalls. I wish they'd go after all the companies that do robocalls. They keep saying they're going to, and they never do. So the Washington Post ran the story. Nathan sent it. Thanks a lot. Questions or comments, put them below. Let's talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Lehto's Law. Minimalism isn't about removing things you love. It's about removing the things that distract you from the things you love.